Hello friends. In this video, I am going to teach you how you can retire early between the ages of 55 and 60. I am a certified personal trainer, a retirement and longevity coach, a retired school teacher. I retired at the age of 57, and I'm now making, yes, I'm making 50% more and working half the hours I used to work while I get to pursue my hobby and turn it into a small business. But before I do that, friends, I do want to share with you a story I read today as I was researching for this blog. And this really struck home. This is why we need to retire early. And you need to know how. So you need to watch my whole video series because I'm going to be teaching you the how. But in this story is a man, he was 54 and he wanted to retire early and his wife did not. Understandably, we have a lot of fears of early retirement. I am just a school teacher slash waitress slash single mom of 3 kids. So I definitely get those fears, but I'm going to help you to overcome those fears. So do put in the comments below what you fear the most about early retirement. But anyhow, back to the story. So he and his wife, she finally relented and they retired. And then after a year, bless her heart, she did pass. They didn't know this going into this. It wasn't like he wanted to retire because she had a terminal illness. But we all know those stories of people that passed before we expected them to, okay? I can think of 10, and if you can think of more, please put it in the comments below, particularly if it was a spouse or someone super close to you, that they didn't get to enjoy 1 minute of retirement. I know of 2 people that died on the job when I was a school teacher. I can imagine nothing worse than my last minutes worrying about getting the kids quiet or trying to do an IEP. That would be awful. But anyhow, so I'm going to teach you the how. So to retire early, you do need multiple income streams. And this is one of my income streams. So I do need to get monetized, and hopefully you're watching this video in the future and I'm already monetized, but we need to hit subscribe, like, share, notification bell. I'm releasing now 2 videos a week. Super excited about this topic. I did do a pivot, and I'm always giving updates about Yuki. That cat is he's a little feisty prima donna white privilege cat, okay? I don't talk about the other cat as much. And so talk about little Min. I rescued him from a humane shelter, and then a year after moving, he got lost for 6.5 weeks and has been a black cat. He was found by a witch. So it was an amazing story, but he's back with me and he's actually my little snuggle bug. So we're gonna talk about Min, but we need to get monetized. So please hit subscribe, notification, like, help my algorithm, and particularly put some comments below. That really, really helps me and also gives me ideas for new videos. One income stream that I feel is really important after you have quit from your big girl, your big boy career that you have most of your life. And mine was teaching. I still don't miss 1 minute of it. Make some videos about that. But anyhow, so one of those is an encore job. So this, I'm not calling it a career. I go for the hourly wage because you know what? As we are the middle class people that this video is geared towards, we have been sold. We've been sold a bill of goods with that whole salaried employees, we get screwed, okay? And I was one of those people. I mean, literally they pay a substitute teacher with a master's degree $15 an hour. Less than they pay somebody who works at McDonald's, okay? Salaried employees, career employees, that's a joke. You don't want that career. You want an hourly job. So I'm gonna call it your encore job because this may be related to your other careers or it could be something completely different. So I'm gonna say a 2nd or 3rd career. All right, so this would be preferably early in retirement because you are going to have a much better chance of getting a really cool encore job, which you wanna watch to the end of the video. And I'll give you a sneak preview of my next video where I'll be going over the 10 best part-time encore jobs to have in retirement versus the 10 worst encore part-time jobs to have in retirement. My job, I was actually able to immediately make 50% more, but I don't think that's very typical, okay? So this encore job has to meet the qualification of maximizing your health, wealth, and happiness, alrighty? So preferably it's gonna be part-time work, and I do stress that it's probably gonna be better to go work for a big box, big corporation, big something, and this is also going to relate to where you live. That's why you absolutely need that notification bell so you can know where's the best place to retire to get the best encore job that you're gonna love and is gonna add so much to your health, wealth, and happiness. So the best encore jobs are going to provide health insurance. And it's gonna provide good health insurance. Not saying Medicaid's not good insurance, which you can't even get till you're retired. I saying that a good Cigna Blue Cross health insurance with low deductibles, low cost for prescriptions is going to be our best bet to keep us healthy. Now it is a statistical fact, I'm not making this up. It is a statistical fact that we will live longer if we retire early. Okay, so you can't argue with that. Actuarial tables take that into account. So when I took an early teacher retirement pension, although it was lower, in the long run, I will make more money because I will live longer having retired from teaching earlier. So we want to capitalize, maximize our health. So as we're looking at that part-time job, we want to look at something that's going to maximize our health. So we want to maximize physical activity, a little bit of lifting. So I'm gonna think of, right now I'm in hospitality, but that may be almost too physically demanding for a lot of people as a bodybuilder, so it was easy for me. Plus I previously had worked in hospitality, but I think it could be too physically demanding for some friends. A garden center. If I didn't have any experience in hospitality, a garden center would be perfect for me. It's a little bit of lifting, you're walking all day long, physically active versus hunched over a desk like I used to do. Okay, so if you sit for 6 or more hours a week, you know what you start to look like, okay? You got the big old belly, you're hunched over, you got the hump of fat on your neck, all your muscles hurt. 6 hours of sitting or more every day is going to give you a high incidence of blood pressure, clots, strokes, and death, premature death. So you don't want a job that you are spending 6 more hours hunched over a desk. That's the type of jobs we want to avoid. Okay, the next thing we're looking for is, of course, health insurance, something that's keeping you physically active. Now the next one is something that's keeping you socially connected. So it's really fun to get out there into that part-time world where you're working with the younger friends. After a while, they kind of like, you put the old dog in the dog park and with the puppies, and the old dog starts running around and acting like a puppy. Okay, after a while, you will start acting like a puppy. It's the point where I don't even really find older people that entertaining to be around anymore. I only work with younger people. And so after a while, you're gonna start to talk younger, dress younger, look younger. Nobody ever guesses I'm 58. And that's good, okay? That's good for our brains, it's good for our psyche, it's good to keep us alive a long period of time. So you definitely want those social connections. I do not agree in a part-time job where you would just be isolated at home doing freelance work. But that's fine for turning your hobby into a small business, which is going to be upcoming videos. But for a part-time job working health insurance for it, that's not fine. Alrighty, the third and most important thing is something that uses our memory. So I'm going to give you a really good example of that, and that is being a barista. Okay, so I do some barista work, and it's really complicated to remember all of those coffee orders, right? And all the different accents, and then the payments, particularly if you're working in a luxury hotel like I do, you have to memorize a 4-digit number for the room number, and you have to remember, say, 3 people's coffee orders or and so being able to improve your memory is going to prevent those big things, dementia, Alzheimer's, things that we really don't want to be in the nursing home wearing diapers. No. Okay, so that's what we're looking for in our encore job. You can try those jobs out. It doesn't have to be the first job, may not be your favorite job. So how do you know? There's a lot of different things that will meet those qualifications. How would I know what is the best encore job for me? This is how I knew. It was a job that I kind of always thought, hey, I'm having a really bad day at it work? For me, I was out with a friend on a Sunday in downtown Nashville, dreading. I had this like awful IEP meeting the next morning, and I had to go home and write lesson plans for the next 8 hours. And I was just like not a happy camper already. So tired of never having any freedom. No fun, no freedom. I had zero, okay? So was with a friend, just enjoying an hour or two of freedom on a Sunday afternoon. And I bumped into a bartender, and she was my age, and she looked drop dead hot and gorgeous. She didn't have the big old bags in her eyes like I had. And she was just like, yeah, I used to make a lot of money as a nurse. Now I make more money as bartending. And this makes me really happy. And so that's what put seed in my mind to get back into the bartending business. And it can be something as simple as that. Like going to the garden center or going to your dog groomer. You're like, boom, I would much prefer to do your job than my job. Alrighty, so just a sneak little preview. I'm gonna give you just a few little examples that I've not already mentioned, but I really want you to watch my next video where I'm gonna go over the 10 best careers where you can fight inflation, where you can make more money, where you can earn multiple income streams so you can retire at 55, travel, have fun. In my job, I can take a month off, okay? If I want to go travel to Europe, if I want to go across the country in my camper, I can do that. I never could as a teacher. Okay, so that's the other thing that we really need to think about. So these are just like some kind of random examples I've already mentioned, like, you know, bartender, something you hadn't really thought about, like a bellman. People, we get sympathy tips. Yes, sympathy tips, love it. Alrighty, so things that you wouldn't think about, anything related to hospitality, you're gonna do well. Tour guides, docents, pet groomers, bartenders. I think I've given you enough clues. But if you are just loving my hair, I was so excited today because I am literally going to work in 5 minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes. I'm trying to keep myself on a schedule. And so this hair is just very random. I literally did nothing to it whatsoever except dry it. Air dry it, I should say. So anyhow, if you're loving my videos, and my hair videos, and you want to know how I was able to reverse balding. I was going completely bald and literally had practically no hair to a big old fluffy glam hair that I now have. Watch my next video, and I will see you soon, friends.